You cannot even put me in the same sentence with Uber Dunbar.
Is this the right
piece,
side up?
Yep, that's the right side up. You can pass it around if you want. This piece is entitled Crystallizing Spirit. It is a product of working over the last several harsh winters, experimenting with painting outside, which allows the pigment to freeze on the paper. What is left behind is evidence of a force that at one moment instantly changes form, transforms. This process of crystallization is very intriguing, and I wondered, what is this fascination with this process? To see the patterns develop and then disappear, leaving only a trace on the paper. It's almost like coaxing spirit out of matter. This is a process of trial and error. Different papers and different pigments have different degrees of receptivity to the process. Different temperatures and conditions made it difficult to predict the outcomes. However, becoming deeply engaged and disappearing into the process, giving up, trying to control the results, yielded promising and surprising pieces. As art is not separate from life, it has been interesting to discover in the sacred writings of the Baha'i Faith that this same crystallization metaphor was used to describe the process of humanity's coming of age. Suddenly, this was like a confirmation. Baha'u'llah, Baha'is believe, is the manifestation of God for this day. He brought a new set of teachings, and his spirit released a new energy into the world, a design for the healing and progress of humanity. This divine order or pattern is now latent in creation. The power of his word is the transforming power that will eventually bring about the spiritualization of civilization. It is likened unto the process of crystallization. Divine revelation sets a pattern and creates potential. Humanity's response to the vitalizing and propelling forces and creative energies released by the manifestation conform to that pattern and gradually crystallize into new institutions and a new society. This happens gradually as society's ways of thinking and acting change through the interaction with his words, the words of God, and the energy released. In this piece, one can detect a subtle human form. The facelessness symbolizes one detached, attracted, and aligned to the will of God, becoming part of emerging pattern of an interdependent unity. The individual soul is the basic agent of spiritual transformation, much like a single ice crystal. A human response is needed to give this unity a material existence. Like ice crystals that attract more water molecules and crystallize, becoming beautiful, perfect snowflakes. Crystals conform to infinite geometric shapes that follow a unified pattern that varies only in minor details. The coming together imparts strength and beauty. The Word of God and the law of God are a predetermined pattern. As people join with others according to spiritual laws of faith, in love, in unity, and interdependence, that association reflects spiritual reality. It gives an outer form, like beautiful, perfect snowflakes. That was a long time to hold that piece up. Sorry about that. But if you look at it close, you'll see the crystallizing patterns.
May I?
There's two things.
This is the neck. And what's incredible about this is that this created itself. All right? But it created itself by the influence of the spiritual energy of the artist, I have no doubt. What this represents to me is the climax, the culmination of life on the planet, which is the human existence, which arose from the mineral, the vegetable, which is also here represented, and the animal. Here we have an onlooking, it's almost like a tadpole, all right, which is representative of the nascent human form on the planet, okay? Taking shape, here's the breast, the neck, shoulders, the face beginning to take form, And up here, it finally arises into the human form that we have today. It's almost like a female form, eye, mouth, lips. I love that. Oh, and look at the red. It's almost like the blood that's being infused into the human life. And here it's green here. Oh my Lord! Well, that is beautiful. Here's the chin of the forming face, which through fire almost emerges into this perfect human form. Oh, I love that.
Did you know that?
Did I know?
Did you know that?
She was thinking that all along.
Were you thinking that all along?
She saw it.
Yeah, I have my own thoughts on that.
Maybe a different.
There's also a heart in there.
Yeah.
Right
Oh,
there.
there is a
Oh, you look at that. See, no, this is. There's more stuff. If anybody sees something else, you got to share it, please. Yeah, absolutely. Now you got to share something. I know you see something in there.
Okay, see that little thing over the shoulder? This is the, all I could catch of the light of the soul that associates with this form. So this is it just appeared for a moment and then it was gone. So this is the soul that associates with this physical form.
Yeah. Anything else?
But the fact that it has no face, the facelessness of it is that the human being's goal or purpose is to align their will with the will of God.
Yeah, it has to be faceless.
Detached.
Yeah, detached. Yeah.
So
Beautiful.
how did,
So
what was the
watercolor
process?
wash? Is it a water?
And actually, it's watercolor and ink, and it's done outside
Right.
in the winter.
Someone's in the phone.
The painting, the
Yeah,
painting.
but you actually paint this,
I-
or you
I
put the ink
I
and
put the
watercolor
ink-
down and then walk away and it forms.
Well, I watch it, yeah. I don't want to miss that mystery, because that's, yeah. But I have hundreds of pieces of paper that nothing evolved with. But then there are glimmerings of some, and there's some that need to be painted into, and I have a stack that I'm painting on. This I painted into very, very little.
And this is like a one-time application or multiple times?
No, the one time outside, you only have one shot outside usually, and then you can bring it in and paint